You are standing in the yogurt aisle and you are completely overwhelmed. Greek full-fat plant-based. What if I told you that the right choice is not about the flavor, but it is about your specific and personal health needs? Today, we are not just giving you a list of yogurts. We are writing you a yogurt prescription. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to be our wise physician in this special consultation today, we are joined by a doctor who has spent his life teaching the profound wisdom of personalized and joyful healing. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. A wise doctor knows that the same food can be a very different medicine for different people. The right and the proper yogurt for you depends on what your body is asking for. This is so very important. I had a patient, a wonderful woman, who was suffering from arthritis, and she was completely confused by the yogurt aisle. She had heard that it was good for her, but there were so many different kinds that she had simply given up trying to choose. She was missing out on a powerful and a delicious medicine simply because of this confusion.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. As you are watching this on a Thursday evening and thinking about your breakfast for tomorrow, Dr. Hinohara is going to walk us through his 3 beautiful yogurt prescriptions. In our journey today, we will learn about the prescription for muscle support. We will then discover the prescription for bone health. And finally, we will find the prescription for dairy sensitivity. It is a true blessing to have this kind of knowledge to be able to navigate our daily choices with a sense of clarity and a blessed wisdom. If you are ready to find the perfect and the most powerful healing yogurt prescription for you, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and you will not want to miss a single one of these delicious and very healing options. Okay, doctor, let's open up your prescription pad. As our viewers are thinking about their breakfast for tomorrow, let's begin our consultation. Before we get to the specific types of yogurt on our menu, can you please explain the foundational science for our viewers at home? Why is a good yogurt in general such a powerful medicine for a person who is suffering from arthritis?
Yes. Before we choose the specific medicine, we must always understand how the medicine works. The great and profound healing power of a good yogurt does not begin in the joints. It begins deep inside the body in the gut. The gut is the root of our health, and it is very often the root of our inflammation.
And this is one of the most exciting and the most important areas of all of modern medical research. It is what we now call the gut-joint axis. Let's explain this in a very simple way. Your gut is home to trillions of beautiful and helpful bacteria, a complex and a very delicate ecosystem. When this ecosystem becomes out of balance, when the bad bacteria begin to outnumber the good bacteria, it can cause the delicate lining of your gut to become irritated and leaky. This allows inflammatory particles to be able to escape from your gut and to travel through your bloodstream to the rest of your body. And where do they often end up? They end up in your joints. So you see a fire that starts in your gut can end up burning in your knees. The beautiful probiotics or the live and active cultures that are in a high-quality yogurt are like sending in a team of wise and very peaceful gardeners. They help to restore the beautiful and healthy balance to your gut, which in turn helps to calm the fire of inflammation at its very root.
So the probiotics are the foundational medicine that is in all of these beautiful yogurts. That is a brilliant explanation. Now, doctor, let's get to our first specific prescription. For the person whose main and most important goal is to build strong and supportive muscles around their joints, and to also help to manage their weight. What is your prescription?
For this person, the prescription is a very clear and a very powerful one. It is Greek yogurt. And for our patient, the woman who was so very confused in the yogurt aisle, this was the very first option that we explored. She told me that her legs often felt weak and that she was very worried about her weight putting extra and unnecessary pressure on her painful joints.
And the Greek yogurt is the perfect prescription for her specific goals. Let's look at the beautiful science of this. First, as a source text for our video today, so wisely notes, it is a true protein powerhouse. A single cup of a plain and unsweetened Greek yogurt can contain up to 20 grams of a very high quality and a very complete protein. This is the essential building block that your body needs to be able to build and to maintain the strong and supportive muscles around your joints that act as a beautiful and a very protective brace. And second, this very high level of protein is also wonderful for satiety. This is a scientific way of saying that it helps you to feel very full and very satisfied for a very long time. And as we now know, for every 1 single pound of weight that you can lose, it is like taking 4 pounds of pressure off of your painful knees. So the beautiful Greek yogurt is not only providing the essential building blocks for your muscles, but it is also helping to reduce the daily and the heavy burden that is on your joints. It is a truly blessed and a very intelligent food, a single and simple meal that can bring 2 such powerful and beautiful healing benefits to our bodies.
So the beautiful and powerful Greek yogurt is the perfect prescription for a person who is focused on muscle support and on weight management. It is a powerful and a very specific tool. But doctor, what about for the person who is more concerned about their bone density as they age? The person who is worried about the risk of osteoporosis. What is the second prescription on our yogurt prescription menu?
Yes, for this person, we have a different and a very wise prescription. For the person who is focused on their long-term bone health, the prescription is a beautiful and a very nourishing plain whole milk yogurt with live and active cultures. And this was another very important part of the conversation that I had with my patient. She told me that she was also very concerned about her bones becoming brittle as she got older. And so we discussed the beautiful and the very unique benefits of the simple whole milk yogurt.
And this is such a critical point for our viewers because so many of us have been taught for decades to be afraid of the fat in our food. But when it comes to our bone health, the natural fat that is in the yogurt is our greatest and most powerful ally. Let's look at the beautiful science of this. As we have discussed in many of our videos, the 2 most important vitamins for guiding the mineral calcium into our bones are the fat-soluble vitamins vitamin D and vitamin K2. And because they are fat-soluble, they absolutely need fat to be able to be absorbed properly by our body. When you choose a beautiful whole milk yogurt, you are providing your body with the natural and healthy fat that it needs to be able to properly absorb all of these precious and very important bone-building vitamins. It is a perfect and a very intelligent natural package from nature. So the full-fat yogurt is the perfect prescription for our bone health, a beautiful and a very wise choice. But doctor, what about for the person who cannot tolerate dairy at all, or for the person who simply chooses not to eat it? What is the third and final prescription on our menu?
Yes, our final prescription is for the person who is sensitive to dairy, but who still wants all of the beautiful and anti-inflammatory and gut-healing benefits that come from a good yogurt. And for this person, the prescription is a high-quality, plant-based yogurt with probiotics. And for my patient, while she was able to tolerate the dairy, we still discuss these beautiful options because it is always very wise to have a beautiful variety in the diet.
And the world of plant-based yogurts has become so wonderful and so very diverse. Let's look at a few of the best options for our viewers. First is the source text for our video. So wisely notes we have the beautiful and the very creamy coconut yogurt. The coconut is a wonderful source of those very special and healthy fats that are called MCTs, or medium-chain triglycerides. And these fats are not only a great source of clean and very quick energy for your body, but they also have their own gentle and beautiful anti-inflammatory properties. And then we have the almond-based yogurt. And this is a beautiful choice because, as we know, the almonds are one of our best and richest sources of the powerful fat-soluble antioxidant vitamin E, which is so very important for protecting all of the delicate cells that are in our joints from daily damage. It is a truly blessed and a wonderful thing to have so many different and beautiful natural options to choose from, to be able to find the perfect and the most healing path for our own unique and beautiful bodies. And we love sharing this kind of holistic wisdom with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So the beautiful coconut yogurt gives us those wonderful and anti-inflammatory MCT fats, and the almond yogurt gives us that powerful and protective vitamin E. Doctor, what is the third and final plant-based option that you recommend in your yogurt prescription?
Our final beautiful plant-based option is for the person who truly loves a very rich and a very creamy texture in their food. And that is the beautiful cashew yogurt.
And the cashew yogurt is a wonderful and a very satisfying choice. Not only does it have that beautiful and rich creamy texture, but as the source text for our video so wisely notes, the cashews are a wonderful source of healthy fats and also a good source of the master relaxation mineral magnesium. And as we know, magnesium is so very important for our muscle health and for calming our entire nervous system. So we now have these three wonderful and beautiful plant-based options for our dairy-free prescription. But doctor, I know from our research for this video that there is a very important rule, a warning that our viewers absolutely must follow when they are choosing any kind of a plant-based yogurt from the store.
Yes, this is the most important part of this entire prescription for our viewers. You must become a label detective. You must turn the container around. You must look at the ingredient list on the back of the package. And you must look for two very, very important things. First, you must make sure that the label clearly says that the yogurt contains live and active cultures. This is the proof that the yogurt contains the beautiful and the very healing probiotics that we have talked about. If it does not say this, it is not a true and a healing yogurt. And second, and this is just as important, you must make sure that there are no added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and no unnecessary gums or thickeners. Many of these plant-based yogurts, and especially the flavored ones, are full of these very inflammatory ingredients, and they will do much more harm than good for your joints. You must always choose the simple, the plain, and the unsweetened version.
So we must always be a wise and a very careful label detective. It is a critical and a very important skill to have in the modern grocery store. Now, doctor, we now have our complete three-part yogurt prescription. We have the Greek yogurt for muscle support, the whole milk yogurt for bone health, and the beautiful plant-based yogurts for dairy sensitivity. Let's go back one final time to your patient, the woman who was so very lost and confused in the yogurt aisle.
This was the beautiful and the very successful conclusion to her healing story. After our beautiful consultation, the patient who was so confused and so overwhelmed learned how to listen to her own body's primary and most important need. She took a quiet moment and she thought about her health goals, and she realized that for her the most important thing of all was to build the strength in the muscles that were around her painful knees and to help to manage her weight, to be able to take the pressure off of her joints. And so she now knew her prescription. She walked into the grocery store, and for the very first time, she did not feel confused or overwhelmed by the yogurt aisle. She walked right up to the dairy case, and she chose a beautiful, plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. She knew her mission. She knew her medicine. She knew her prescription. And because she was now so confident in her choice, and because she truly enjoyed the beautiful and creamy taste of the yogurt, she was finally able to be consistent with her healing. And because she was consistent, the beautiful probiotics began to heal her gut, and the fire of inflammation that was in her joints finally began to calm down.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed story. It is a powerful reminder that our healing is so often found not just in the food itself, but in the wisdom and the blessed confidence that we bring to all of our daily choices. Doctor, this has been an incredible and a very illuminating consultation. You have taken the confusing and overwhelming yogurt aisle and you have turned it into a beautiful and a very personalized yogurt prescription. It is a powerful new way for our viewers to be able to fight back against their chronic joint pain. We have learned that there is a perfect healing yogurt for everyone, whether their goal is muscle support, bone health, or gentle dairy-free healing. This is a profound and a very hopeful approach to senior health. By becoming the wise physician of their own diet, our viewers can now stop feeling confused and can start to choose their food with a new sense of power and of purpose. This important knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy. It is a practical and a very powerful way to fight back against the daily misery of joint pain and to live a more comfortable and a more mobile life. This is how we can find lasting relief from our joint pain. Now, Doctor Your Yogurt prescription is a life-changing way of thinking. For our viewers at home who are watching this evening and are inspired to write their own beautiful prescription for tomorrow morning, what is the most important and the wisest first step that they can take tonight?
That is a wonderful and a very important question. The journey to a healing breakfast must always begin with one single gentle step. I will give you a simple 3-part action plan for tonight and for tomorrow morning. First, tonight, before you go to sleep, your only job is to be a curious and a very gentle observer of your own body's needs. This is your gentle audit. I want you to ask yourself, what is my primary and most important goal? Is it to build the beautiful muscles that are around your joints? Is it to strengthen your bones? Or is it to find a gentle and a dairy-free option for your sensitive system? You must first know what your prescription is for. Second, you will prepare your kitchen. The next time that you're at the grocery store, you will not be confused by all of the choices. You will go with a very clear and a very powerful mission. You will buy the one beautiful type of yogurt that perfectly matches your own personal prescription. And third, and this is the most important step of all, in the morning, you will eat with intention. You will eat your chosen yogurt not as a simple chore, but as a beautiful and a very powerful act of self-care. You will taste every single bite. You will feel the beautiful nourishment. This is your first and most important step. You are not just eating your breakfast. You are taking your beautiful and healing medicine with great wisdom and with great confidence.
That is a perfect and a very achievable action plan, Doctor.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. You must not search for the best yogurt in the world. You must search for the best yogurt for you. I encourage you to listen to your body, to understand your goal, and to choose your medicine with great wisdom.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by learning to make wise, informed, and blessed choices for our own unique and beautiful bodies. And of course, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this guide empowering and it gave you a new and a clear way to think about your health, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, which of these beautiful yogurt prescriptions, the one for muscle support, the one for bone health, or the one for dairy sensitivity, is the right and the perfect one for you? Please share your choice in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well.